was positive was gonna be such talking shit, homie. Go fucking.
Did Jake Paul's mansion just get raided by the FBI? We'll tell you what.
We're on it, dude.
Hello?
Jesus. Bro. Come on, man.
Logan Paul's world has completely fallen apart. Anthony Joshua has officially filed a lawsuit against Jake Paul, and the legal documents are now public. Logan can no longer hide from the situation. Joshua is done staying silent. He has previously accused Jake of tampering with his car brakes, leading to a horrific accident. What once looked like the Paul brothers' usual circus has suddenly turned into a serious courtroom nightmare.
Yeah, at one point I was a light for him.
The Paul brothers are now buried under federal-level chaos. Jake Paul's alleged connection to the car crash has exploded from simple YouTube drama into a full FBI investigation. Fans never expected things to go this far. People are questioning whether this was just reckless behavior gone wrong or something far more sinister. Boxing insiders are glued to the story as legal pressure mounts on both brothers. Anthony Joshua stayed quiet for a long time, but when he finally spoke, it wasn't random. His words strongly hinted that the Paul brothers played a role in his crash. Then everything changed. Joshua officially filed a lawsuit, turning internet nonsense into a massive legal war. Jake Paul, scrambling to find lawyers, is being mocked across the internet. The same guy who challenged legends and bragged about being fearless is now hiding behind legal teams. The self-proclaimed tough guy became a courtroom coward overnight, and the internet is laughing while the lawsuit tightens around him.
Because at different stages of your life, you're allowed to evolve.
Tyson Fury's calm and respectful response only makes Jake Paul's situation look worse. While Fury talks about honor and doing things the right way, the Paul brothers are reportedly being investigated by federal authorities over their suspected role in the crash. What began as online content has turned into an international disaster, shocking fans worldwide.
I could never do what he did. Yeah. Most people in the world could never do what he did, but he's got him.
Logan Paul's panic damage control shows just how serious things have become. After Jake's arrest sent shockwaves through social media, everyone started watching their online empire crumble. The illusion of untouchable internet celebrities is disappearing fast. Real consequences are finally catching up, and Logan looks terrified as this FBI investigation threatens to destroy everything they built.
Not your enemies. They are your brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on earth. Remember that.
Eddie Hearn didn't hold back. According to him, Jake Paul's actions weren't accidents, they were calculated. The arrest and ongoing investigation only confirmed what many in boxing already suspected. Internet drama has turned into global headlines. The Paul brothers are now being publicly embarrassed, legally exposed, and torn apart like never before.
I won't say a word, but yeah, I checked in on him. He's fine. He physically, again, it's a bit of a headache. We're figuring it out, and the story will.
Gar Miller's reaction reflects what the entire boxing world is feeling. Anthony Joshua nearly lost his life in that crash, and many believe it wasn't random. Whispers are growing that Jake Paul crossed a dangerous line. Fans and insiders are horrified by how close AJ came to death. What once felt like excitement over a potential fight now feels like the setup for a legal and moral disaster. People closest to Joshua are mentally shaken, and suspicion around Jake Paul has never been stronger.
It is, what was it, about an hour ago, so I guess everything's calmed down a little bit. I thought it was a bitch move, if I'm honest, because anytime an attack like that is like premeditated.
Gareth Davies reports carefully, but the tension is impossible to ignore. Jake Paul's suspected involvement has cast a dark shadow over the entire story. What started as a hyped boxing matchup turned into horror, investigations, and blame. Fans are piecing together Jake's history of recklessness and wondering if it evolved into something far more dangerous. Official statements remain cautious, but public opinion has already shifted. Jake Paul's stunts no longer feel like harmless entertainment, they now look deadly.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ, we're not on the best terms, man, I feel for this brother, man. Because it could have been my family, could have been my friends. And, I feel like, man, it's mentally, kind of draining looking at this stuff all day online. And like I said, I didn't really see nothing too graphic until this morning. Now I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, man. I've seen dead bodies before and all that.
The contrast is shocking. Anthony Joshua went from dominating Jake Paul, earning massive money and praise, to nearly dying in a brutal car accident. The timing alone raises serious questions. Fans are connecting the fight, the money involved, and Jake Paul's history of dangerous behavior. What was once excitement has turned into anger and fear. AJ surviving feels like a miracle, but doubts and suspicions continue to grow.
What happened, obviously it's a tragic incident. 2 people have lost their lives. It's a horrific moment. I thought the reporting of it yesterday, I've read and obviously got in contact with his management team straight away. I thought the reporting of it was responsible.
Liam Gao highlights the true severity of the situation. Anthony Joshua survived, but 2 people tragically lost their lives. The influence of the Paul brothers hangs over everything. What began as a major boxing event has turned into a legal and moral catastrophe. Jake Paul is now under investigation, and fans are disgusted by the possibility that reckless internet fame could be tied to real tragedy. Every detail of the crash is being analyzed as the world watches the Paul brothers' downfall unfold.
And it's so crazy to think that over a week and a half ago he was on top of the world. Apparently he'd pocketed $92 million from his Jake Paul fight. The American audience was in love with him. His star was bigger than ever. And then just yesterday we see footage like this of AJ being pulled from the wreckage in a situation where if he'd just sat on the other side of the car, they wouldn't have been pulling him out.
Johnny Nelson's comments are chilling when viewed alongside Jake Paul's history. What started as a flashy boxing promotion ended in tragedy, with innocent lives lost. Nelson reminds everyone that behind the entertainment are real people and real consequences. The Paul brothers, once untouchable in YouTube culture, are now facing serious moral and legal reckoning. Social media is exploding with anger as Jake's reputation collapses, while Anthony Joshua emerges not just as a fighter, but as a survivor.
Still part of the plan. I did see a few of the pictures that were circulating from it. AJ leaving the vehicle.
Eddie Hearn's cautious optimism highlights the contrast between Joshua and Jake Paul. AJ walked away without physical injury, but the situation exposed the Paul brothers' shocking recklessness. Jake went from online bravado to federal investigation. The same man who confidently challenged Joshua is now buried under legal scrutiny. Social media is tearing him apart with criticism, jokes, and theories. AJ's calm response only makes Jake's carelessness stand out even more, shaking the entire boxing world.
It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing your life. So it was a sad thing to hear, sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these 2 men were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about. Those.
The possibility of serious criminal charges has created a grim reality for the Paul brothers. What used to be a flashy rivalry is now a cross-border legal thriller. Jake Paul's alleged connection to Joshua's crash and the Nigerian investigation stunned fans. People are horrified imagining what could have happened if AJ hadn't survived. Every past stunt and boast from Jake is now being judged through the lens of criminal responsibility. This is no longer YouTube drama, it's a real courtroom story unfolding in real time.
It doesn't look like he has any major injuries, is true. And that would be fantastic, and obviously he'd be a very lucky boy if that was the case, but we hope that is the case.
Gareth Davies' perspective shows just how badly things backfired for Jake Paul. While Joshua displayed professionalism, control, and class, Jake's reckless behavior spiraled out of control. From the fight itself to the shocking aftermath of the crash, Jake's bold persona now looks criminal. Fans are re-examining every interview and stunt, questioning whether ego and carelessness contributed to disaster. What once felt like spectacle now feels like a warning story.
Image of both of them together. Now, Nigerian police sources has indicated that Adeniyi will be facing some serious felony charges for reckless driving. And I know a lot of you guys are curious, such as I, on, what would be the punishment or the penalty for reckless driving in Nigeria. So I looked it up. And if you are a reckless driver in Nigeria and you cause a fatality on a federal road.
The Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul saga reached an unbelievable conclusion. AJ survived a near-fatal car crash that shocked the world, while Jake Paul became globally embarrassed amid FBI investigations. What began as YouTube hype and flashy boxing turned into tragedy, legal chaos, and public outrage. Fans are divided between shock and anger, analyzing every move the Paul brothers made. Joshua's professionalism and survival only highlight Jake's reckless downfall. The boxing world is buzzing, Jake's reputation is shattered, and one question remains.
Denzel Bentley, apparently we have Denzel's phone. I'll reach out to him to get his line, but that guy is like, he thinks Denzel Bentley's been kidnapped. He realized that's why they don't let you in the country, Derek. this kind of shit.
No, they wanted me to, they said I had to get this vaccinated. Fucking yellow fever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, they're still running with this scam.
Have you done it?
They still run with this scam, yellow fever. Motherfucker, if we there's yellow fever here, you think the British people will have us to come here and take yellow fever back to London? Ain't no fucking yellow fever here. It's a fucking scam.
All right, last one. After what you saw last night, do you change your opinion at all about Joshua versus Fury, and what can he take?